My name is Bob Gollner, and I am a member, a past president, past vice president of the Pioneer Automobile Club. Up at the Haynes-Apperson Festival last summer, they had this car up there in a tent, and the nickel work, or the bright work as we're going to call this, is very dull. It's kind of a khaki, a silver, and it was really not good looking at all. And I said to the mayor, I said, Matt, this car is really a disgrace to the city. And I says, I'll get a group together for the Pioneer Automobile Club, and we'll restore the nickel work on this automobile and make this car something that all the citizens of Kokomo can be proud of. So he kind of took me up on that. And so we're doing all this through the Pioneer Automobile Club with volunteer labor. Every piece of bright work or nickel has been taken off of this car, polished on a buffing wheel, or re-nickeled and then reassembled again. And approximately 600 pieces. That's counting the screws and all. Anything that's made out of pot metal, after many, many years, why, it gets very brittle. And I was trying to disassemble a piece, and it cracked on me. And so then after I cracked it, why, I handed it to somebody else, unintentionally. But then, and then they was doing the buffing on it, and the buffing wheel grabbed, and it fell on the floor and fell in many pieces. So we have a man that's helping on this named Dennis Shirley, and Dennis made a piece for this project at home. Done this on his own, and you cannot tell from the other. That's the caliber of help that we got working on this project. I worked, we built homes for 40 years, and it was fun. I loved every moment of it. I love to do things with my hands, and it has been a great project. I just love to work on this old stuff and clean up things and make them look new again. It's just heaven to me. I have an automobile that is kind of a sister to this car. It's a 1922 Haynes Special Speedster, and this automobile is a 1923. The hood, the fenders are steel. The main difference on this automobile, the fenders are a little bit different. The wheels are exactly the same, but the engine, the other car has a much larger engine than this car here. This is a 321 cubic inch car. Cubic inch engine, and the other cars are 356 cubic inch. Haynes put a bigger engine in those cars over there. These guys here are wind wings. You would adjust these to throw wind in the cab with you or out of the cab. You can, and the way you done that, you raised that up and made the adjustment you want. There's one on each side, and so that the passenger could control that, and you could control that also. And then, of course, it's got the cowl vent here that lets air in there, because all the heat that the engine put off dissipated right into the cab. And then in the summertime they were very hot, and in the wintertime they were very cold. Now the engines are totally different, and the fenders are different. But the body itself and the radiator shell is identical. And I have been restoring that car for about 6 years because I just don't work on them full time. I have a 23 Apperson also, and that car, in these days, these bodies are made out of wood, and then they have a sheet metal skin around them. They are not all metal, so there's wood in there. The Apperson was absolutely wonderful wood. I had to replace no wood in it when I restored it. My father and I bought, in 1950, we bought a Maxwell together, and I think we paid $800 for it. And I still have that automobile. Now, I've had that car longer than I've had my wife, and I've had her 51 years, see? So Anyhow, I've had this car since I was 16 years old, and it didn't last very long under me because of the abuse that I would put it through. And then finally, when I matured a little more, now that I'm 72, why I can treat it more gentle, and it will hold up under me now. The car is runnable now. It will run. We haven't not driven it, but it will run. And when we take it back to the city, we expect it to be just almost a new car. And it will look like a new car, and we expect it to run very, very, very well. No, I just want to thank these guys, Larry Spots, Dale Etherington, and Dennis Shirley, and Jerry. They've just been wonderful to help. Scott Bonds has been over here in the evening. Sometimes I had to run 2 shifts to get everything done the way we want to. And when I announce that I want to have a volunteer day at the club meeting, I have absolutely no problem getting people to come out here. It's been a fun project, and we're very proud of what we've done, and we're very proud of the car. And we're also very proud of the automotive heritage here in Kokomo. It will be in the Haynes-Apperson Festival, so that's the latter part of June. It would be nice if we could have this in a couple car shows, like May the 5th out at the Automotive Heritage Museum. It would be nice to have this automobile in that. If you want to see more of our vehicles, you can call me, Bob Gollner, at 455-3053, and we'll be glad to show them to you.